The only way to perpetuate the political circus is to keep buying the tickets. If you want the clowns to starve, you gotta stop feeding them. But nobody is willing to do that. They don't have the political will. So we're just going to go over some crazy stuff that's in the news in the last couple days. And the first thing is, a lot of people are making fun of Kamala Harris for this so-called staged event where they went to a Sheetz convenience store in Pennsylvania. Dom Luker says what makes it even worse is they filmed this event twice, and Kamala Harris requested corn nuts in the video that she released, and Tim Walz gave her Doritos instead, so they improvised. And of course, all of this is staged. It has to be staged. Secret Service has to go into the store and clear it out for the political parasites. Let's just take a look at this. Personally, I think it's no big deal because this is what politicians always do, but we're going to watch it anyway.
Dorito. Ah, Dougie, there they are. Yeah. Thank you.
I know you want those.
I love how she grabs it from him. She's the one who wears the pants in the family. This is inherently, from a male perspective, this is pathetic. I'll tag along with you, dear. We're gonna follow your agenda, dear. Okay, that's how it's gonna run. That's how we operate our household.
I know you want those.
You see corn nuts over there, Tim?
It?
Oh, yeah,
that's the big. There you go. That's funny. You see corn nuts over there?
I know a lot of people are making fun of this, but I personally see it as no big deal. Donald Trump says, I will pass gigantic tax cuts for workers and keep their jobs here in the U.S. We're going to beat everybody. We're going to beat them like a drum.
By contrast, I will pass gigantic tax cuts for workers and keep their jobs here.
Just like you're going to build the wall and do all the other things that you said you were going to do, and you're going to make Mexico pay for it, but neither happened.
In the United States, they're going to stay here. We're going to beat everybody. We're going to beat them like a drum.
All politicians will make promises, and all politicians will renege on their promises because they're politicians. That's what politicians do. Politicians lie. Trump's not a politician. He's a businessman. He's thinking outside the box. Then why did he do the same things Obama did? He increased the national debt. He increased funding to the military industrial complex. He trashed the value of the dollar. He instituted gun laws like the red flag laws. Not even Obama did that. Imagine it. I'm pro Second Amendment, but I think we're going to start the ERPOs, the extreme risk protection orders, the red flag confiscation gun laws. How's that for pro Second Amendment for you? This right here is what it would be like to live with a corrupt government. This is classic and freaking hilarious.
No.
Just moving into the old house.
No.
Having its way with your stuff. Always looking over your shoulder. Profiting from your hard work. Benefiting. You think you're going to eat it. And that's just like government, because government's got what it takes to take what you've got. And it's definitely far worse. Even though this has a slight edge of humor on it, it's not humorous to know that the government trashes the value of the product of our time and laboring energies. In other words, if they control your time and they control your labor, they control you. And like Amschel Rothschild said, give me control over a nation's money and I care not who makes its laws. This right here I thought was classic because these two guys, I don't know if they're Democrat, I don't know if they're Republican, independent, or just completely neutral on everything. But this comes from a YouTube channel that I just learned about today called Loaf. LOFE. And I think it's this guy's channel. He says that he's an Asian, and he says he and the black guy are yellow and black for Trump. So this is hilarious when they troll all these Trump supporters.
How you doing? We got to get him some merch.
You're the first black person I've seen so far, man.
You guys Trump supporters?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
Does it look like it?
I love it, guys. I love it. You know why I love it? Because you're young and you're a Trump supporter. That's
Now listen to this part right here. This is so freaking hilarious.
amazing.
You know what I love about him?
What?
He grabs him by the...
That's right. That's all right.
You know what I love about him? He grabs him by the, you know what? She gives him a high five. This other lady gives him a high five. They don't even care, man. Probably Christians too.
That right, buddy.
And if it offends people, they need to put a fucking helmet on and deal
That's
with
right.
Hey, man, get in a padded room, you know?
For real. How do you feel being a black Trump supporter? Because honestly, we're just undercover. Any guy that grabs a girl by the got my vote.
Listen, man, stop that. You young.
I'm just saying. You know?
I get it, because I'm down with
If you
that,
can
too.
do it on national TV,
You can't just say
if
it
you
like
can do it on national TV,
He's like, I'm down with what Trump wants to do too, man. Come on, but you can't say that.
you got my vote.
What's all y'all names?
Oh, me, Friday.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And you?
Trump Jr.
Trump Jr.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all gotta stop this bullshit.
No, my parents are big supporters, so they named me after the GOAT. I didn't realize you were going to be going this hard. What the fuck?
The fact that you haven't been vetted, and I know what you're going to do. And like here, he's filming me currently saying this.
I might vote for Biden now, to be honest.
You can go ahead and vote.
So the security going into this Trump event isn't stopping NBC or ABC, but they are going to stop two guys that they suspect might be trolling Trump supporters.
Vote for whoever you need to. I'm just telling you, the rules are the rules.
Trump, young nigga, you can let it slide.
You can't. Won't do it.
He
Listen,
slid a lot of tight shit.
I'm going to go ahead and ask you to leave. You guys are going to have to go off property.
If ABC News can get in, we can get in. That's
Here's the
fake.
deal.
That's fake news.
Sir,
I just bought this.
I'm telling you right now.
And this chick right here is with ABC. I don't know if she's an ABC affiliate, but they had this earlier in their video. I clipped it out.
You're leaving.
Don't make me vote for Biden.
I don't care. You need to leave.
I hate to be that guy, but is it because he's black?
I just
Dude,
say you my nigga.
you guys got to go. It's time for y'all to leave. You're uninvited from
Is
the
it
event.
'cause I'm
You're
Asian?
good. Can I get a couple of guys to
No,
escort these gentlemen?
we just
off
got to
property?
start over. Start over.
No, guys, it's time to go.
Please.
You're
We
leaving.
got off on the wrong foot.
Yeah, you did. We're not going to be accused of being racist. You guys need to leave.
I didn't accuse you. I was just
It's time to
asking.
leave.
If ABC News can get in, we can get in, right? That's fake news.
Here's the deal. You have been uninvited. You are no longer
Here's the deal. By the way, visit my Here's the Deal channel.
welcome on property. We are not playing this game. If you do not leave, it is considered trespassing. If you want to continue to trespass, I will have local law enforcement take you and do whatever they're going to do to somebody who wants to trespass. But you have to leave now. Do you understand?
I'm voting for DeSantis.
I don't care who you vote for. You need to leave.
You just changed my mind.
That's fine.
That guy right there, I would not fuck with him.
Yeah.
That guy, if he would have came over, we would have left immediately.
His tricep look like butt cheeks.
Yeah.
Who wants to talk about politics?
Now this guy right here takes a microphone to a basketball court and asks a bunch of black guys if they were going to vote for Trump or Kamala.
Who wants to talk about politics? Do you know who you're going to vote for in November?
Donald Trump.
Yeah?
Yes,
Why is that?
because he's our best choice. Some people don't like it, but I think he's a smart businessman. You know, someone call him an a-hole, but I think he's an excellent a-hole.
And what I found on Times Square when Trish and I were in New York last week is that well over 50%, I would say 60 to 65% of black people are for Trump, in my experience.
Who are you going to vote for?
I ain't voting for nobody. Yeah, I ain't voting for nobody. No, I ain't voting.
You're not going to vote at all?
No, I ain't voting.
But what do you think about these guys saying they're not going to vote?
They got to know their vote count.
It do matter, though.
I just don't believe in both candidates. I don't believe in I really don't believe in them strong enough to vote. That's what I'm saying.
Do you agree? Trump again?
With Trump and who running?
Huh?
Who's running?
Trump
And who?
and Kamala Harris, because Biden stepped aside.
Oh, Biden stepped out? Yeah, he stepped out. Probably Trump. Yeah, I'll probably go with Trump.
So he's going to go with Trump. Majority of the people that I spoke to with the microphone in my hand said that they were going to vote for Trump too. Partially because a lot of people didn't know who Kamala was, and partially because they just don't vote Democrat and they didn't like Kamala. This guy right here has some advice for what we can do with senators and congressmen in Washington's District of Criminals so that they can be controlled and not so much the American people be controlled by them.
Here's how I would fix how fucked up the United States Congress is with 5 simple rules. The first rule obviously being term limits. The people in Congress should be just like the president. They are only allowed to serve 2 terms. Then they can make way for someone else who has something else to say. Rule number 2, congressmen and women are paid the median salary of the state they represent. If the congressman or woman wants to make more money, they need to take action to raise the median salary of the people in their state. This will immediately guarantee that they understand the people they represent. And I know people are going to say that would be hard to do because they have to go back and forth between Washington and their state. That leads me to rule number 3. No more traveling to Washington, and also no overseas travel paid by the taxpayer. Now, how will we accomplish this? Easy. We all know what fucking Zoom is. It is 2024. There is no fucking reason for our representatives to be traveling to Washington.
Now, I agree with that, and I don't know why after the Convid 1984 by George Orwell scam DEMIC, they didn't come up with this. But if you do want to minimize government expenditures, and I did not look into how much it costs to have congressmen and senators jet set domestically, let alone international, and he's going to touch on this, but why not just do Zoom? Why even converge in Washington's District of Criminals? You have to pay their airfare, you have to pay their meal, you have to pay for lodging. How expensive is that to do for 535 members of Congress? Ridiculous. Yeah, if they were serious about cutting government spending, they would at least start there.
There is no reason they have to meet in the same fucking room. You just install big-ass iPads on each chair, and they can talk it out over Zoom. It's fucking insane that we are paying for our representatives to travel all the way across the country just to fucking vote. All we need is big-ass iPads, secure push-button voting technology, and video conferencing technology. 3 things we already have. As for the overseas travel, there is zero fucking reason for a representative from Idaho to have to go to Paris on official business. They are not foreign dignitaries. They are not part of some international Peace Corps. They are representatives of their state, so they need to stay in their fucking state. Now, if they want to go overseas on vacation, that's fine. They can pay for it themselves. But there's absolutely no fucking reason taxpayers should be footing the bill for representatives or senators to fly overseas. Now, without them traveling all over the place, that's going to free up a lot of time. And that'll lead into rule number 4, which is...
That is true. Okay, guys, we are banning international travel for all Washington, D.C. politicians.
Single issue bills only. Any bill that's submitted to be voted on can only be about one single issue.
That would definitely make it less complex, and it would keep the corruption down, because then you can't hide other things in a bill that's slated for this. In other words, they have this umbrella. Oh, you want to build the wall, don't you? Yeah, let's put $5.7 billion to build the wall. But then you find out that there's all this other spending that's involved in it. And then if somebody doesn't vote for it, it's like, oh, you don't care about border security? You don't want to build the wall? Hey, what's wrong with you? And then they put all this other spending that doesn't have anything to do with helping one single American. So I agree. If you're going to have laws, if you're going to write bills that you want to pass into a law, have it be a single issue on one piece of paper if you can fit it, but only a single issue.
There's no fucking reason a veterans benefit bill should have anything unrelated to veterans in it. It should be putting up one issue at a time, voting on one issue at a time, and passing or not passing one bill at a time. Want more money for Ukraine? Put up a bill that is just the Ukraine funding. Don't combine it with some bill giving benefits to old people to try to make everyone feel bad and vote yes. If a bill or an issue can't pass on its own merits, then it doesn't need to be passed. And lastly, rule number 5. Anytime a member of Congress speaks to the media or the American people, it is automatically assumed that they are under oath and can be charged with perjury for lying to the American people. And if through a jury of their peers, preferably that jury should also be made up of the residents of the state they represent, they will be immediately removed from office. And that's it. 5 rules to unfuck Congress.
Well, if they lie to the American people, then they should go to prison. Just like if you lied to Congress and they hold you in contempt of Congress, you would go to prison. This right here is J.D. Vance, who says the closest Tim Walz has ever come to combat is when he let rioters burn Minneapolis to the ground.
Before the end of the campaign, Tim Walz is going to be talking about how he was carrying an M16 through the jungles of Vietnam. But this guy, everything that comes out of his mouth about his military service is at least 25% a lie. And, you know, it occurred to me, the closest Tim Walz has ever come to combat, even though he says he carried a weapon in war, the closest Tim Walz has ever come to combat is when he let rioters burn Minneapolis to the ground a few years ago, right?
So this is just this political banter back and forth. I've got more to cover, but I didn't really expect this video to go this long. I really appreciate you guys stopping And if you guys want to support the channel, one of the best things that you can do is free. Just subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon. If you like the video, give it a like. Hit the share button and share the link with everybody you know. But more importantly, know what your rights are and be willing to stand for your rights, and recognize that we live in a time where universal deceit is pervasive and telling the truth is a revolutionary act. One of the best ways that you can tell the truth is if you see truth in this video, just share it. You don't even have to say anything. Just, hey, watch this video. If you like it, subscribe and share it. And I appreciate you guys. I will see you in the next video as we expose the disturbing illusion.